And then those people, similarly in most businesses, get promoted to management, and when they hit management, they can do the job, but they can't really manage people to do that job. Well, g'day and welcome back to this week's LeaderBite, where we head to the clipboard to talk about the on-fire manager. The manager, the leader, or the influencer that's just on fire with what they do. When you walk into a meeting with one of these people, you walk out fired up to move in the direction that they've called you to move. And I'm not talking about the passionate leader. We're going to talk about that in a future LeaderBite episode. I'm talking about the person that's just fired up and can fire you up in what it is that you do. Speaking of fire, let's think about that. There are three key elements to being on fire, as in physically on fire, and that is the idea of oxygen in the air, fuel to burn, and heat to burn the fuel. And they're the principles of fire. And if you were to think about, well, if something's on fire, right? Whoa, just like this match right now, and this match is on fire, what would I do to take away the fuel? What would I do to take away the oxygen right now? What could I do to take away the heat? Well, maybe I can help you out there. But the problem is when you take away one of these elements, if I was to take away the fuel, there is no more fire. If I was to take away the heat and there was still fuel and oxygen, there'd be no fire. If I was to take away the oxygen, by retarding whatever oxygen was in the air, there would be no fire. And the same principle applies when we come to thinking about the manager or the leader that is on fire, right? So the first thing that a great manager on fire uses and has and owns and are the technical skills to being an on-fire manager, separate of the technical skills in somebody's role. We all know people that are really, really good at what they do in their role, and then those people, similarly in most businesses, get promoted to management, and when they hit management, they can do the job, but they can't really manage people to do that job. They have a hard time letting go of some of those skills too, because they just don't know or do not own yet the technical skills to be a manager. So think about yourself. What have you done in the last 2 weeks to grow your technical skills as a manager, as a leader? The second element is people skills. And the same thing applies here. Great managers that are on fire have the people skills and grow their emotional quotient, their emotional intelligence in working with people. Because obviously to be a manager, you have to work with people. If you are not good at working with people, typically you are not an on-fire manager either. And so what have you done in the last 2 months to grow your emotional intelligence, to be able to read people better non-verbally, to be able to communicate non-verbally and verbally with others so that they understand your vision and they also understand and you can nurture and guide them on where it is that they need to grow to in their competency gaps. The third part is this idea of critical thinking, and a lot of times this is left out as a manager. This isn't just critically thinking about situations or circumstances. This is also critically thinking about when you think technical skills and people skills with other folks on your team. How are you knowing that every single thing that you do, every single thing that you wear, every single thing that you say or write is interpreted and perceived by the people that you work with about who you are as a manager? So think about the last time you had a meeting after the meeting. What message did that send to the person you were meeting with? Think about the last time you gossiped or the last time that you spoke about somebody behind their back. That all sends a message to the people around you and who you're managing about whether you're on fire or whether you're incompetent or unconfident in what it is that you are managing. So in looking at all three of these areas, if you were to take away the people skills and had the technical skills and the critical thinking, you may not be as on fire as if you had all three. And that's what we're aiming to do. So if you're a manager of people, if you're a manager of managers who manage people, how can you continue to grow their technical skills, build their critical thinking and awareness, and also work on their emotional intelligence? Some great options there for you this week as you step back into your role at work, in your role as a manager, and light yourself up so that you can fire others up as well. This has been a great LeaderBite. We look forward to seeing you next week where we'll cover another different topic that I'm excited for you to check into. Subscribe today if you have not. Comment below on what you think an on-fire manager looks like, and we will see you next time. Cheers.